Coach Nate Valentine of the Lexington Christian Academy Eagles, and Coach, man, Kyle Rode, 11th Region Player of the Year. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, certainly deserving. It's between he, Michael, and Isaiah. I was really happy to see all three of them get to share the honor because I really think they all three deserved it. If you look at their entire career and what they've done for their team and their program, but can't say enough about Kyle and the job he's done here for us. My first year here, he started as an 8th grader, and I spent a lot of time worrying about how am I going to get an 8th grader into the lineup when you have so many seniors. And we had a kid get hurt, and then he went in, and I think he had 13 or 15 the first game, and the rest was history. So, tremendous talent, tremendous kid, and had a huge impact on our program.
Obviously, he's been here for all 100 wins of your career so far. Well, you're a little bit past that now, but 100 was the big milestone that you've reached this season, Coach. Kyle's been a part of all those. But more importantly, Kyle's helped you bring an All-A state championship to the school. Not only that, but in the toughest district here in the 43rd that we consider in the state of Kentucky, back-to-back district championships.
Yeah, without him, it would have been tough. We've obviously had some other good players alongside him, but he's been a core guy in that, and been one of the guys that has helped us kind of get over the hump here as we were seeking our first regional tournament appearance and first All-A championship appearance. And I just realized today, he's tied for second on the all-time scoring list in the city. Got over 1,000 rebounds, and probably the thing that he does best is pass the ball. Tremendous talent. He's always guarding the other team's best defender. So he's done it all for us, and he's done it the right way.
Right, and you speak of the right way. Kyle's not only so good out there on the court, but off the court. I'd mentioned with Kyle earlier. Every time I'm in here, he's always working with kids. And he enjoys that. What makes Kyle Rode so special? Of a role model, if you will.
Sure.
Talk to me about Kyle, the role model.
I think the first thing is his mom. His mom did a tremendous job raising him, and his grandparents have been great and supportive, but his mom did such a great job with him. I mean, just a well-mannered kid from day one. I can remember when I was introduced here as the head coach, he was one of the first ones to come up and look me in the eye and shake my hand and introduce himself as an 8th grader, and that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen with seniors sometimes.
Right.
But he's always in the gym, and he's always encouraging guys and always working with younger kids, and he gets a lot of self-fulfillment out of that. I think during the recruiting process, guys would always come in and they would see him working with 6th, 7th, and 8th graders before practice, and they would ask, does he always do that, or is he just doing that for today? And that's Kyle Rode. That's who he is. He likes to serve others, and he's been a tremendous role model for the younger kids in our program.
We know Kyle's going to play basketball for a long, long time, but something tells me that Kyle probably will be back coaching one day.
I'll tell you what, he would be a tremendous coach. He's still. He comes to me with plays. He'll text me plays late at night or offenses or, hey, let's tweak this. So I listen to him. When Kyle Rode comes over with his suggestion, I usually take it, and whatever he decides to do, he's going to be very successful because of his work ethic and his attitude. And, people just like him. He's a likable kid, and people gravitate to him. He's going to be good at whatever he does.
He's made his college decision. He's going to go to Liberty. They're getting a steal, aren't they, Coach?
They really are. Liberty is transitioning to the Atlantic Sun, and I think I heard somebody say they spend twice as much money as anybody else in that league. And they've got a ton of money there. And Coach McKay, has been in a big-time program like Virginia, and came back home to Liberty, and they've got a great staff there. But building the new arena, and the campus is constantly growing. So, I think Liberty may be one of those next guys that you see pop up in the tournament, make a deep run. And they recruited Kyle from day one. Ever since he was probably a freshman or an 8th grader, they were here and at least knew about him. He's going to have a good career there, I think.
Coach, I'm going to let you talk to the voters now. They've got to cast their vote this week.
Sure.
Kyle's up for Kentucky Mr. Basketball. We know he's going to get to Rupp Arena and be able to get his 11th Region Player of the Year award. But Mr. Basketball, why should the voters vote for Kyle?
You know, I can't say why really they should vote for him over any of the other. I think a lot of those guys are very deserving. You know, this year's senior class is one of the most talented that I can remember in a long time. But I know personally for us in this program, the impact that Kyle Rhodes had in the way he's done it. You know, and you mentioned, I mean, we played in the 43rd district, the toughest district in the state, and we're a Class A school, but we haven't played a Class A schedule between our district, and we playing the big boys every year. And I think this year I looked and we played 13 of our 28 games so far have been against teams that have been ranked in the top 25 at one point. Played number 1, 2, and 3. So going to the King of the Bluegrass back-to-back years. So he's been on the biggest stage that there is to be and played against the toughest competition that you could possibly ask. And you see a lot of guys now jumping schools and going to prep schools and doing all that, if they're at a smaller school. And credit to some of the guys in the state, and Kyle being one of those that have hung in and been loyal to their high school program, and been loyal to the state of Kentucky. And I think that that needs to be rewarded, and that needs to be celebrated, because a lot of times the guys that get the recognition are the guys that leave. So everybody's going to vote for who they want, but Kyle Rhodes, I wouldn't trade him for anybody.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, Coach, and I think we'll end on that.
Very good. Thanks.
Congratulations.